They already know. Ew. Talking shit, getting clicks. It's the network. Wednesday night, 7:30 p.m. You know what time? It's We live. Shut up. What's good, everybody? What is up? I guess that thing's just gonna stay up. Ramen, what's good?
Many people know them as the JumpOut Boys in their city.
That's right. Man. I felt like I was just in here the other day, and I was. Before I get started, let me show you guys some things I was doing over I did a show. I believe it was strategy. There's a growing movement online called the Sit Your Black Ass Down Right Now campaign. Yeah, I did.
1 million people are going to march in the United States on April 5th. 1 million people.
Sit your black ass down.
And no, it's not just a hashtag. That's wisdom. Yeah. That's exhaustion. It's like a preview from last show. Importantly, do we call it a preview? I believe it's protection. Anyway, but black creators, some of us stayed home. We organized, we donated, we watched. And that was the protest. It was. But before we dive deeper into the now, I want to bring in a voice who knows what it means when black folks say enough is enough, because she's lived it. She was getting her first steps in when the Brown Board of Education case was going up with the Supreme Court. You know, she stood up with the Panthers. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Miss Winifred L. Patrick. We live.
Well, good evening. Okay.
Yeah.
Good evening. Am I on now?
You are on now.
Okay.
Yo, that's what we did. We did that. When did I put that on? Monday? On Monday. They had the hands-off protests, and Winnie Boo was out and about in the streets seeing what was going on, and then she stopped by, blessed us with some of her good wisdom on the show, and we're going to be having her, definitely going to be having Mama back. Listen, I'm not a real journalist. I didn't go to school for it, but I be Googling and figuring out like what to do and stuff like that, and they say you are not supposed to interview family members, and I'm telling you, that's why I'm not a journalist, but I do try to give y'all the facts on this little show we call We Live. And if you have any problems with what I'm saying, or if you just want to add on or enhance, or just put my message in another way where you think it would be good to translate to others out there listening to this, by all means, you call in 313-825-5557. I mean, your regular cellular rates may apply. I ain't charging nobody. I'm paying on it on my end, but I mean, I don't know what your phone bill is like. But if you can call someone in the 313 area code and not get charged, don't worry. You're not gonna get charged here calling in 313-825-5557. Tonight's show is the Trump team dropping the ball.
Listen.
Hold on, I'm supposed to say it like this. Is the Trump team dropping the ball? That's how I'm supposed to say it. And we gotta ask ourselves, are they? I certainly think so. I'm gonna give you my reasonings why. But I just want to say, first and foremost, once again, everybody that's filtering in and just coming into the chat right now, let me say.
Many people know them as the JumpOut Boys in their city.
Sure do. What's up, JumpOut Gang? It's good, everybody. It's good for everybody's here, you know what I mean? On a Wednesday, break up this week with this stuff. The stuff from this week.
Hey, well, listen.
Yeah. Had Miss Winnie on there. I don't know. I guess we can get started. First and foremost, once again, I'm O3 Times. Welcome back. It's the We Live, where we do the facts and we don't sugarcoat. Absolutely, positively, we do not sugarcoat these facts. In fact, they get flame-broiled. All right. So myself, Mo3 Times. Tonight, I want to talk about something, really. I want to talk about something because it's starting to feel like we got a new tradition going on. Every week, it seems, and this being another week, there's another unforced error by the Trump administration. Why are you clapping? Why are they clapping? And this time, it's tariffs. That's right, guys. I don't know if you've been watching TV all day. You have known that we are at the beginning of a trade war. And I'm telling you, this is like the economic equivalent of trying to fix your credit score with a payday loan that's also in your child's name. Yeah. But before we dig into all that messiness and get into all the messy math, let's zoom out and look at the full landscape, because these blunders, I'm thinking, aren't flukes. I'm not thinking these are flukes. The blunders that have been going in week out, they're not flukes, because they're piling up. They're piling up like dirty dishes in a frat house. You know, in the kitchen the morning after homecoming. Gotta hit that button. Yo, these issues are piling up like missed calls from your ex during Mercury retrograde. Piling up. Yo, seriously though. They're piling up like an Amazon wish list for a baby shower that ain't happening. Yo, bro, go take that Burberry off. Take that Burberry off. So listen. While I was putting this show together for you all, I realized that there are so many updates that are going on. And there is up-to-the-minute news with this tariff information that, oh man, it is so hard to keep up with. So we still got to talk about it. Now, I might have to work forward to go backwards here. So please, I gotta put my face up there. Regard me. Please regard me. Please regard me. But check this out. You already know. We got Xi Jinping versus Donald Trump. And it's a trade war that's got real hold my beer type energy. You know what I mean? Music. Thank you, I need that. Let me know if my levels are jacked up in here, guys. I need your help, jump out, guys. I need some beats behind this. Listen to me. I'm gonna tell you what went down, all right? So first and foremost, Trump threw a brand new tantrum and threatened to slap tariffs on China. At one point it was like 10%, then it jumped to 50%. As of today, I think it's at 125%. But when it was like around 50%, China was like, oh, we're just gonna slap some tariffs back. Now, what the Trump administration was calling this tariffs, and the economists were calling them retaliatory tariffs. Basically, tariffs to punish countries that may have been allegedly taken advantage of the Americans' the Americans' capitalism, freedom, and all that stuff. Let the children sing, right? And the reason why we're up to 125% is because China decided to retaliate with retaliatory tariffs themselves. There's a lot of retaliations going on. All right, so they hit back with their own funky tariffs, and basically, let me tell you what. On China's end, their ministry, their commerce ministry, is firing back and saying that the United States are basically blackmailing China into these trick type of deals. I was gonna curse, but it's too early in the show for that. So basically, China was saying, "Yo, try us because we're built for this." Now, both sides are digging in like it's trench warfare, and nobody's got an exit plan. All right, follow me now. Follow me now. That's not Jinji. I want to show them right now. Here's where it gets sticky for Xi Jinping. Right now, he's the leader of China. Backing down is not an option for him, okay? You gotta understand, this man has painted himself as China's superhero. He's like the great rejuvenator. I think so. Yeah. He's the great rejuvenator, right? Now, if he looks weak, that would shred his political image. Like shredded like cheap toilet paper after 4 wipes, 2 flushes. That type of shredding of his image. But if he decides that he's gonna really punch back hard during this trade war, that's really not a trade war officially, then he also risks some type of economic implosion. So right now, he's stuck in a corner and he's wrapped in his flag there, and he's surrounded by spreadsheets. But check this out. We gotta figure out some type of end game, all right? Because we can't get it twisted. This isn't just about tariffs. It's not just about tariffs. It's not just about tariffs at all. It's a cultural thing as well. I mean, Beijing actually sees this as Trump trying to kill China's rise in a permanent sense, if you can understand what we mean. And this is one of the reasons why that China has tanked the sale of TikTok. They've effectively put a holder onto that right now. And also, that is why they shut down any deals to sell off their holdings in the ports that they own in Panama. Do you understand what I'm saying here? These tariffs are affecting business so far. We got the deal with TikTok tanked. Ooh, I said that, and I didn't flub it with these lips. Let the children sing. All right. I don't know if I can do it. They take the TikTok deal. I did it again. All right. And then, like I said again, Panama ports. Oh, no, we're not selling them. We're going to do deals to sell them off and stuff like that, but we're not doing that right now. I'm trying to decide because there has been some updates with this information. I don't know if I want to hold or if I just want to go into a little side mission real quick. Let me know in the chat. How's everything sounding? Did you hear me with the music playing in the background and everything like that? And then also let me know real quick, yo, should I just go on? You guys want to see this little side mission real quick, or should I just push on and then we can get back to it later? I know they're like, oh, it's your show, blah, blah, blah. But I need an administrator, all right? But effectively, this trade war so far it's not playing out like checkers. It's like chess, but they're playing this chess game with blowtorches. Now, let's look at the MISAF, all right? I'm not going to put figures up here or formulations or any of that type of crap because we're not doing any type of homework stuff right now. We're not doing homework stuff right now, but I am breaking it down to you. We got to look at the MISAF, all right? Now, first and foremost, the U.S. bought $440 billion worth of goods from China last year versus China buying only 144 billion goods from us. That's like a 3-to-1 ratio. That's a 3-to-1 ratio. So even if Xi decided to throw Trump and America a bone, like the deficit that is involved right now is not going anywhere, at least not overnight. You know what I mean? So we'll move on to these new tariffs with the goods. Some goods are going to be taxed at over 100%. That to me is not a trade policy. It's more like a economic punishment in like a GIMP suit. You know, the GIMPs. It's a movie, Pulp Fiction, last scene, dude dressed up in a GIMP suit. Anyway, really, what's going on is the world is waiting to see who blinks first. Who's going to break first? And China thinks that it's not going to be them. All right, I was watching the news and I don't remember where the source was. I cannot give you this source, full honesty, but I was watching the news and it was a reputable source, and one Chinese economist said flat out basically that if it's a competition of it's going to be like pain, who's going to tolerate the most pain, then China is not losing. And you have to ask yourself why. And I'm going to tell you why. First of all, it's because a lot of the world depends on Chinese parts and production, and you cannot substitute Amazon Prime for what they're doing over there. There are some things that you can only get in China. So if China takes a hit, the world is going to limp. And if the U.S. takes a hit, then come on, bro. You know, the voters are going to scream, and the American people, the American citizens, are probably the most dangerous people on this planet. I'm just going to throw it there. Especially when somebody's messing with their dollars, their dollar bills. It gets chippy out there when people are messing with the cash. I know you guys saw Miss Winnie and I had a show. You guys got to go check that show out that I was talking about earlier. But Miss Winnie gave me such good advice back in the day. And Miss Winnie said this. Listen to me. Miss Winnie said that life Yeah. She said Mo 3 times because that's what she calls me. No, she said, Maurice, listen. Life is like a sandwich. You know, no matter how you flip it, the bread comes first. The bread comes first. Life is like a sandwich. No matter how you flip it, the bread. I can't even talk right. The bread comes first. TikTok tragedy. And look, speaking of flipping, China knows how to flip bread, but they also know how to flip the narrative. Yo, they've been dropping sick ass videos all day. I mean, there's clips of Trump's chaos. They show the migrant deportations. They show the tariffs at the port, and then boom, here comes like Chinese peacekeepers, and they're saving lives, and they're being heroic, and they're pulling kids out of wreckages in Myanmar or whatever, you know. And it's all backed with a soundtrack from John Lennon's Imagine. Imagine all the people. Give it up for my golden voice pipes there. Yeah, that's not a press release. That's propaganda with a purpose. But before I move on further, I would be remiss if I did not show you this. This is one of the biggest things pumping down on the gram. I'ma just show you. You hear the music already. I'm gonna let it do the singing. Can you imagine that? Let me pause it because when I hear that music, it just makes me want to bug out. You know what I mean? But can you imagine this? These are the things they're making about us and sending around the world in terms of United States of America. Yeah. Yeah, guys. Chinese people have senses of humor too, and senses of pride in their nation as well. I mean, but listen. Compose myself. Take a sip of water. Now, while this all plays out, the global markets are spooked. China had to send in their national team, of state-owned banks, the state-owned banks to stop their stock market from bleeding out. Now, there are other countries like Japan, South Korea. They're trying to stay out of the splash zone, but they're sweating too. And this ain't just a U.S. China thing. It's a global squeeze. It is. It's not a U.S. China thing. It's like a global achoo. Sneeze, not squeeze, sneeze. And I'm telling you, everybody is about to catch this cold. All right. So bottom line, if anything you take away from this is Xi is not going to blink, and Trump can't help but poke, and the rest of us, we're just trying not to get crushed in all of the fallout. But one thing's for sure, the trade war ain't over. It's just leveling up. And I got all this information from, big portion of this information from a New York Times article that was written earlier by David Pearson and Barry Wang. I might be able to show you a picture of these guys. They do good work. There's an economic Molotov cocktail. I might put that on a t-shirt. Let me know if you will rock that. Here's the New York Times guys. Yeah, original report. David Pearson, Barry Wing from left to right. All right. They made a lot of sense out of this drama that we have been seeing. I hope my slides are correct. Guys, I hope it. We'll have a great show. But actually, while I got you here right now, let me know. I absolutely, positively have the lines open if you want to call in and comment on this. 313-825-5557. Let me know, what do you think about this trade war? Are you guys feeling any squeeze right now? I think everything's really kicked off today. But let me know if you're expecting your life to change soon. 313-825-5557. And if you think you got the know-how to get us out of this situation, let us know your opinions, and we will be eternally grateful for your call. But if you don't want to call in, stay in the chat. I try to keep an eye on it. Also, please like, share, subscribe. We're getting views. We get views. Now we need subscribers. YouTube is always wanting something. I do not know what this what this sound button is, but I'm going to try it.
Somebody was like, oh, maybe we need to do the...
Oh, that's Will. Dope.
You are
Scotty T. We live, talking shit, getting clicks, Mo 3 times, Wednesday nights, it's us. We are in here. I think I got a live chat. Boom. There's my live chat. What's up? JumpOut Gang.
Many people know them as the JumpOut boys in their city.
In their cities. How's everybody doing? Yeah. Spring's coming. Stuff is real. And spring break is coming. Easter's coming. We're getting it.
That boy is good.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I like
Good and terrible.
I like it. We gotta play techno sometime today. We're gonna have to play techno sometime today. Let the children sing. Be bold, Be bold 3 times. Be bold. I'm going to be bold right now. Oh, yeah. I am going to be bold. All right, so those were the bros writing good stuffs. I'm going to keep it there because, listen, like I said earlier, like, I'm not going to sugarcoat this for you. I'm going to give you those facts flame broiled. And like I said, it feels like week in, week out, there's another unforced error from the Trump administration. And I think that we've seen this pattern already. I can recap it for you. I can recap. Let's recap. Let's talk about it. That's right. The administration leaked U.S. war tactics on a group chat with a journalist. With a journalist on there. And do you remember how Pete Hegseth responded? Does anybody remember? Because I do. I'm gonna show you right now. This is how he responded, guys.
Shared on Signal, and how did you learn that a journalist was privy to the targets, the types of weapons used?
I've heard I was characterized. Nobody was texting war plans, and that's all I have to say about that.
Right,
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Nobody was texting war plans, right? Remember that? He said it. He said nobody was texting war plans, but we got they released the text messages, and you guys were absolutely positively texting war plans. And when we're talking about how China is involved with those tariffs, because I got to go back a little bit to go forward. This is our Back to the Future thing right now. I have to bring up what Pete Hegseth was saying today, and wondering, guys, can we trust him? Oh. Let me just see. Maybe that'll work there. Here we go.
Beijing is investing and operating in this region for military advantage and unfair economic gain. We do not seek war with China. And war with China is certainly not inevitable. We do not seek it in any form. But together, we must prevent war by robustly and vigorously deterring China's threats in this hemisphere. President Trump has made it clear that the Panama Canal and the canal areas cannot and will not be controlled by China. We want this to be a golden age for our countries and for this hemisphere. We want, in short, to also make the Americas great again. Together, we will secure a prosperous and peaceful region for our people and a promising future for our kids and for our grandkids. Make no mistake.
So once again, China retaliated by offering some tariffs of their own. And they have also basically stalled any type of deals with U.S. buying TikTok. And they have stopped any type of sales of any ports that they own in the Panama Canal. So when Pete Hegseth, the person that I just showed you, blatantly lying to reporters' faces about there not being any war tactics on that Signals message group, just told us that first of all, we don't want war with China. Could he be lying there, or is he telling the truth? And then basically saying that China is using those ports as military operations. Well, we know that's not the case. And you want to know why we know that's not the case? Because I was reporting a couple of days. We just found a whole shit ton of basically a battery or a plasma making center under the pyramids just a couple weeks ago. They got scanners. They got radars. There is no Chinese vessel that's coming in there. No Chinese commercial vessel that's supposed to be shipping Shein products or anything off of what's the Alibaba products. None of those ships are coming in carrying any type of military weapons. If they did, America would. Well, damn, you're right. With this administration, I'm pretty sure, and this guy as our the Secretary of Defense, it might be possible to sneak some stuff in now because we fired half of the people in the government. But I digress. Really, honestly, it's not like the Shein cargo box carrier. It's floating in there and also has surface-to-air missiles or anything like that. It's not a military thing. It's a money thing. So honestly, at the end of the day, he's telling the truth because money in the military, when he said, no matter how you flip the sandwich, the bread comes first. Yeah, I guess it is a military thing. But I also get the feeling that he is trying to give us a little preview of what may come with those Panama canals and those shipping lanes. I'm thinking that the United States is somehow going to figure out a way to snatch them up. And I'm not talking about like a deal. They're going to get the 5-finger discount for those. And if they did, we already talked about Xi is not going to allow that. But I digress. Let's keep it moving on. I saw that and I had to say something about it. Trump better stop how nonsense. How nonsense? What are we doing here? Don't come up on my screen with your little typos. Don't do that.
I can't control it. Okay?
All right, never mind. Well, we get it. Trump better not mess with your Shein cart because we know that's what you do. You're an internet shopper. Digital carts, you gotta fill it up. Ev Love loves a digital shopper. Oh my God, you guys are getting top hits from me today. I've been saying, all right, okay. So I've already said that we already know they lie. One of the dropping the balls is that group chat. Group chat, journalists, not good. I mean, what else? What else happened that they're dropping the ball with to stay on topic? Oh yeah. Remember, we tried to cut waste, fraud, and abuse by firing thousands of essential government workers. Do y'all remember that? And then we had to like rehire them after a judge intervened. But then we also had to rehire some of them because they fired people that actually keep America running, right? And then on top of that, we had, and remember, that's Kilmar. Innocent people like Kilmar. Man, no criminal record, deported to prisons and countries they're not even from. Federal judge was like, hold up, bring them back. And then they were like, no, they're already gone. We can't turn the plane around. Then another federal judge was like, yo, you're doing wrong. Bring them back. And then guess what? Supreme Court stepped in. This is Judge Kavanaugh. He addressed the application. But Supreme Court just stepped in and said, hold up, let us think on it. So, admittedly, I did, as in the show I did last week, last Wednesday, the United States government made mistakes in having this guy, deported. Excuse me. He was deported to another country, but not just another country. He was deported to one of the toughest prisons in the world, away from anything that he's ever known in his life. No criminal record. Judge tries to right the wrongs by saying, hey, bring him back. And then the Trump team uses the Supreme Court to just stop it. Yep. Winnie Boo said, everybody, you better have your papers with you. I got a lot of chat. Yeah. She said, have your papers with you. Look at that. I mean, ALLO, yeah, allowed. We'll do that. We'll take that. Exactly. Right? No tattoos, and you better have all of your paperwork. All of it. Yep, Supreme Court was like, hold up. Now I got Justice Brett Kavanaugh. I mean, you know what I mean? The beer drinker himself recently addressed the application of the Alien Enemies Act. Check this out. Now, in the Supreme Court's decision that just took place April 7th, it was a 5-4 ruling. I mean, yeah. I think there's only 3 like democratically nominated Supreme Court justices. But anyway, still, 5-4 ruling. Court allowed the Trump administration to resume deportations of alleged Venezuelan gang members under the 1798 law. Now, Justice Kavanaugh's wrote a concurring opinion emphasizing all 9 justices agreed on detainees' right to judicial review. And that is what I've been saying. That has been the biggest thing that I've been saying. Like, listen. Look, so we got gang members here. You found their gang. Oh, you got some tattoos. Let them go through a judicial review so we can make sure that we're absolutely positively, or be a little bit more sure that we're absolutely positively deporting people who are the actual criminals, right? Not getting into this Kalmar incident, but actual criminals. And all 9 of them agreed that there should be some due process. However, because they've upheld the 1798 law, Trump administration is going to take that as a win. But it's really not a win. It's just saying that we're going to deport people back like we normally deported people before you started willy-nilly deporting people. So those people that got taken to Venezuela, El Salvador, as well as they got taken to El Salvador, I think they came and left Texas. So it's not a DC thing. It's not a federal thing. They should be getting their due process in Texas. And if you remember, Texas is the domain of Governor Abbott, right? Governor Hot Wheels. Governor Abbott, and he was the one that was taking migrants and shipping them over to Martha's Vineyards and just doing crazy stuff like that. So yet again, Texas is involved. Now, that is the only issue, is where the case should be filed. Okay, so the majority said file it in Texas, okay? Get you here. They said file it in Texas, where they're held. Don't do it in D.C. And then the decision lets deportations proceed, but the detainees must get fair notice and they must have time to fight it. Justice Sotomayor. Seriously? Oh, that's the Aliens Enemies Act. There's your Supreme Court right there. There's Justice Sonia Sotomayor. In dissent, said the majority rushed to side with the administration and ignored serious due process concerns. All right. Now, in sticking with dropping the ball, we have to talk about a topic from earlier this week, and it was the tariff formula fiasco. The administration rolled out the reciprocal tariff formula to hit countries that sell more to us than we sell to them. And pay attention to this, because this is going to have, this ultimately has a big thing to do with China and everything. Like I said before, there was like over $400 billion dollars in goods sold from China to U.S. In response, the U.S. probably only sold $144 billion compared to what we were buying from China. And I might give you I'm going to give you a reason why this is possible for it to happen and it not to be considered really unfair, where you need to do reciprocal tariffs. But everybody you see this list that Donald Trump is holding when he was announcing his reciprocal tariffs, and then his followers and his supporters all posted this same exact, and they were all like, look how much tariffs we're getting here, look how much we're paying in tariffs, and this is what we should be paying. You know, look, these countries are getting us. I'm going to explain why some of these countries were quote unquote getting us. I've been doing some studies. I was curious about it too. Now, the administration rolled out the reciprocal tariff formula, and it hit the countries that sell more to us than we sell to them, right? That sounds simple. I think I've made it more unsimpler than it should be. But until you realize broken math was used. Now, the case in point with the broken math, my God, was Vietnam. See, the Trump administration slapped Vietnam, got slapped with a 40% tariff instead of a 10% tariff because someone plugged in the wrong variables into the calculator that probably still runs on, I don't know, AA batteries or something like that. No, it's just probably run on like D batteries. Yeah, if you see a D battery, let me know. I got a boombox. I got an old school boombox downstairs in the basement. But even the American Enterprise Institute said, the vaulted American Enterprise Institute said that the formula that the administration relied on has no zero, none, nil, nada, no foundation in either economic theory or trade law. Facts. Those are the facts. These are the broiled facts that I was talking about, not the sugar-coated ones. Basically, they were like, yo, what are you doing? You don't know what you're talking about. You're dumb. You're a dummy. And a better translation, a nicer translation would just be like, listen, this ain't just bad math. It's like freestyle economics. It's like an album of economics with no beats. None, no beats.
I can't control it.
Yes, you can. Now, as a result of all this, you know what we got to do? We got to do our dog and pony shows. You got to go to the Senate, and people have to ask questions. And yesterday, I think it was, yesterday, U.S. Trade Representative Jamison Greer sat on the hot seat at the Senate Finance Committee hearing. This is the same Jamison Greer. You know, his initials are JG, and this is my running conspiracy theory, and it goes back to the Signal conflict. The Signal messaging app thing where there was a JG. I was thinking that this was the guy that should have been getting those messages, even though nobody should have been getting those messages, not on Signal at least. But I believe they thought he was in the group chat, even though they said it was another guy who doesn't have any of the same initials or anything like that. But I was thinking it was Trade Rep Jamison Greer, and it wasn't supposed to obviously be the journalist, what's the name, Jeffrey Goldberg from The Atlantic, right? Just a theory, not sure about it. Anyway, Jamison Greer, he sat on that hot seat at the Senate Finance Committee hearing, and the senators, and they were not exactly in a hugging mood. For example, Senator Tom Tillis, he came out his mouth with, whose throat do I gotta choke if this thing proves to be wrong? He's basically talking about these tariffs that this trade war that's about to get started. Like, what are we gonna do? And if who's gonna be held accountable? And it's not exactly like a Sunday sermon type language, but he's shook. He's shook. He is shook right now. Then we had Senator Ron Johnson. He warned, I hope you and the president are very sensitive about companies potentially going bankrupt. He's scared. He sounds scared. Oh, well, let's talk about Senator Chuck Grassley. Because he said, if these tariffs are just to raise revenue and not open markets, I oppose them. I oppose them. Let me wallow a little bit. Right? And then there was Senator Steve Daines. He said a trade war could hurt farmers and raise consumer prices. He's got his eyes on the prize, right? And then there's Senator James Lankford, and he pushed for clarity. He basically had questions, and his question was, do you have any timeline on resolving these? Like, do you have a timeline on resolving this trade war? Basically, if you look at him right now, he reminds me of I don't know if any of you guys back in the day used to watch a HBO series called Big Love with Bill Paxton, Gene Triplehorn. Oh my God! HBO had a series about Mormons living the polygamous lifestyle, and one of the characters' name was Albie, and he looks like Albie. It's a great show. It's an old show, but, you know, it's HBO. Go on HBO Max. Check it out. Big Love was the truth. Kind of looks like Albie. Oh, hold on. Let me stop my show real quick. Hey. Hey, Aunt Sherry. Children are singing for you. All right. So he asked a great question. Do you have a timeline for resolving these issues? And Greer basically said that there's no particular timeline. Trade deficit has been decades in the making. And I'm going to translate. That means there's no date. There's no plan. Basically, Jameson Greer is the personification of a shrug. A shrug in a suit. He's a shrug in a suit. And just so we know who bought the fire, I don't know if you guys know this already, because, you know, I don't know. I don't be doing like secret M. Night Shyamalan type of twist, but yeah, American people. These are American people right here. This is what's going on here. But I'm going to tell you this. Tillis, he's from North Carolina. He's a Republican who usually supports Trump, but he has local businesses that are giving him some backlash, and it's making him nervous. Oh, and then Johnson, Senator Ron Johnson, he's a senator from Wisconsin. He's MAGA-ish, but you can't ignore how this hits Wisconsin, especially the farmers, and they got a nice little manufacturing thing going on that's getting messed up because of these tariffs and this trade war that's going on. He's also a Republican as well. This is Chuck Grassley. Grassley is old school. He's from Iowa. He's an old school conservative, you know, and he knows the difference between tariffs and taxes and stuff like that. Now, Daines is actually from Montana. And I don't know if you know this, but his political affiliation is also Republican. He's riding with Trump's, but he's letting everybody know that, yo, my farmers out here in Montana are hella mad. And then Lankford he's from Oklahoma. He's also a Republican, and he's asking about the timeline because he's basically just side-eyeing the whole entire plan, to be honest with you. Now, I'm telling you guys, this is not like a hiccup. This is more of a habit for these guys. This is constantly dropping the balls. I don't know why he's back in here. I know. It's like, really, it's like we get nothing but excuses, delays, we're getting denials, and then in response, you're getting a slogan like America First, and we know that America is getting played last. That's right. These aren't growing pains of a new administration. These are patterns of haphazardness. Now, I'd like to also let you know, guys, while I have your attention, that while we're out here failing Econ 101, I know you guys out there are staying solid. And I want you to do me a favor, and as well as liking, sharing, subscribing, sharing this with your friends and family. I want you to head over to the Talking Shit Getting Clicks page. It's a website called talkinggettingusa.com, and you're gonna want to cop one of those Mo 3 times sweater. You see, this is kind of reversed now because I got the camera reversed, but like that. I got a hoodie version right here. I got the black hoodie on there. We have that, and we also have the classic oversized logo. I think I was wearing this actual sweatshirt with the Mama 3 Times interview. Yeah, oversized logo classic. Because if you're going to resist, you know, if you're going to be like, hands off, you might as well do it in style. That's all I'm saying, literally. So listen. Here we are. Like I said before, it's another week. It's another catastrophe. And from deportations to data leaks, from judicial stalls to economic flops, it's becoming routine now, I'm saying, guys, all right? And I'm telling you, this is not just a policy failure. It's not. This is actually what happens when an administration treats governing like it's improv night at a dive bar. Let your children sing. Bring it back over here. So what do we do? I don't know. Vote smarter. You know, understand that hashtags, they are not policy, and vibes aren't passing legislation. All right? Hint, hint out there, guys. For my government people out there. Listen, we speak by calling out every bluff. Call it out. Every botched plan, let them know you're up. Every budget cut that's dressed up as efficiency. Nope. You can't have it. Got to organize like our democracy depends on it, because it does. Not just when it's trending, but when no one's watching. When no one's watching, you got to stay loud. You got to stay sharp. You got to stay in the fight. I'm not trying to tell you how to live your life, but I'm giving you some clues. Because when the U.S. burns like Rome, Nero was fiddling. Our Nero, he likes to pick up golf clubs and go golf at live tournaments. But yeah. I'll let you guys do the talking now. Call in, hit the chat, Jump Out Gang. I want to hear from you.
Many people know him as the JumpOut
Give me that
Boys in
techno
their city.
music. Right now, you guys, you call in. Let me know. 313-825-5557. I've talked my shit. But I want to hear from you guys. And I'm giving you a chance. Call in. 313-825-5557. Or we can go to the chat. I'm down to go to the chat. Ooh. People are agreeing in here. I like it. I like it a lot. I like it a lot. It's bulk trash tonight, guys. I got bulk trash. I got a real ass life out here in these streets. We got bulk trash. I love it. I'm not even gonna lie. That's right, call in 313. Oh, that is a headphone. Hey, Auntie. Let me go through these chats. I'm gonna go up these. Ev got said hello. Oh, we have the grammar police tonight. Oh, we're being a little snarky in the comments, huh? Absolutely wrong. POE cast in the building.
Look at me out of your dodging raindrops.
Yeah, if you guys ever want to do any type of like interviews, come on a show or a guest host with me, check my socials out. You'll find them on the Winnie Boo show that I did, because they flash up on the Zoom, and you can hit me up. For people that's supposed to be getting interviews, I see POE cast because, I mean, it jogs my memory. I sent you out a form. Fill that form, send it back, so we can do this brothers thing on a show. I know it'll be crazy. People like me and El Blago, aka Rich Reckless, aka Sharon the Don. When we link up, it's always something fun. It's always something fun. Yo, but I will, this is what I'll do for you guys. I will let you see one more time. I will definitely let you see the Donald Trump. Yo, how about the thumbnails? Are they
Groovy.
Are they? Are they groovy? We did this one. This one. Oh, man. How about this one? You guys like this one? You guys want a Trump feature? Yeah. Something or the other. Let me know. That's what we got. Once again, I would like to tell each and every one of you out there that I really appreciate the support and the love that I get out there. Thanks for hanging in the chat, and when you guys call in, always giving some good input, and I appreciate the JumpOut Gang beyond. Appreciate.
Many people know them as the JumpOut Boys in their
And
city.
I want to say thank you. Let the children sing. And thank you, each and every one of you guys, for coming out, because, yo, honestly, you should already know there is no we without, There's no we without you. And that's the show for this week. See you next week. Or I might see you before that. Bringing them out. Used to be back here talking 2 and 3 hours on a Wednesday night. People gotta go to work in the morning and do stuff. That's right. Thanks for watching the show. It's the Trump team dropping the ball. Let me know if I didn't catch you live. Don't worry, you can still hit me in the chat. Oh, that phone number that we got up there, the call-in line, believe me, we got voicemail. People do use it from time to time, so if you want to go that route, by all means, do so. But yeah, this was a show this evening. I hope you guys got something out of it, because this is a really sensitive situation, because we are absolutely positively knee-deep in it right now as I'm speaking. So I'm sure the next 5 minutes, 10, 15 minutes, there will be updates to this. And don't worry, I got your back next week when I come back on here. I'm going to let everybody know, because that's what I do. That's my calling.